Hello, Professor in class. When it comes to fair information practice principles, what it is it's a set of guidelines that help establish frameworks for organizations or businesses to collect, use, and protect personal information, mainly emphasizing in areas of transparency, the control, the data minimization, the use limitation, data quality, security, and accountability. With each of these, they have such areas. With transparency, for example, businesses must be clear about the data they're being collected and using and sharing, so they can't say, hey, we're just going to collect this data. They need to explain why. With individuals, they should have the right to the access so they can review and correct their personal data. So if they have data, they can look at it and say, hey, no, this is correct. This is incorrect. Now, with purpose specification, this is where collecting the personal data, organizations must clearly state the intended purpose. So, hey, we need your age because we're doing this. We set everything in an age range. Or, hey, we need name so we can make sure it's the correct person, whatever it be. Now, next goes the data minimization. Exactly what it sounds like. It's only the necessary amount. So if they only need your name and your age, then they don't need your email or like your location or any of that. Now with use limitations, just make sure the collected data should not be used for purpose beyond what it's for. In other words, they should not be selling your data. If they need to collect it to gather the specific information, it should not be going out besides that. Now this is where data quality and integrity, this ensures that the personal data is accurate, completed, and up to date. So if you give them information, say, hey, you moved, here's my new address, they should make sure it's up to date. Now security measures are in place to make sure that your information is protected. Next, with accountability, making sure that people that are overseeing the data are responsible. So if there's a data breach, the business needs to be held responsible. And then lastly, audits. This should be conducted to make sure that the principles are being identified, the improvement can happen, and that information just is not being there that does not need to be there. Next comes how we compare privacy policy laws and regulations, FIPPs to others. So FIPPs have a broader scope. This allows them, they're not specific to certain laws. They can target certain areas. They can provide general set of principles. So it's not just, hey, this business or that type of business. Anyone can use it. They're not binding, which means they're legally not binding on their own, meaning they cannot carry direct enforcement, but instead they're they're often referred to as existing laws, but they're more of a guide to go by, like, hey, do this, or hey, this will help you out. It's not saying, hey, you have to follow A, B, and C, because it's not direct law. Some of the core principles fall under that are notice and choice, which means that the individuals should be informed about their data has been collected and the ability to opt out if they want to. Access and correction allows them for the access their personal data and correct if it's incorrect. Data minimization makes sure only necessary data is collected. Purpose specification is where data is collected for specific, expected, and legitimate purposes, and nothing beyond that purpose. And then again, security to protect the data. Lastly, describe how FIPPs can be used in protecting personal information. So the Fair Information Practice Principles, or FIPPs, are guidelines that help federal agencies protect personal identifiability information, or PI, to ensure transparency of the data. So how they work with federal agencies. Notice clearly they state the purpose for collecting the data, inform information how the persons will be used, and policies to outline collection for these agency websites. Next is choice and consent. Allows individuals to opt in or opt out of data collection activities. Provides clear mechanics for individuals to consent to data sharing with third parties. Offer options for individuals to limit the use of data. Access and participation enables individuals to access the personal data agency upon request. Provide a process for individuals to review and correct inaccurate information. Allow individuals to change the accuracy of the data and seek redress if necessary. Integrity and security. Make sure robust security measures to protect personal data. from not just unauthorized use, but unauthorized access, disclosure of that, or any type of modification. Make sure it's regularly reviewed and train staff how to handle it. Enforcement and readiness. This establishes policies and procedures for investigators to respond to if a privacy complaints, provide mechanics for individuals to seek remedies for privacy right violations, and regularly monitor compliance with privacy policies. So some of these are like the Social Security Administration, Department of Health, Human Service, Department of Veterans Affairs. So Social Security, before collecting information, they need to assess why they and how the data, and also verify the eligibility for administrative benefits. Now, Department of Human Services, individuals be given the option to choose whether medical records can be shared with researchers for specific study, requiring they have to have the consent. Now, with me, like with the Veterans Affairs, this allows medical records requests for correction to inaccurate information. In case any information that went into medical records from us being in the service is incorrect, we can correct it. Thank you.